The nice guy ultimately doesn't get the fulfilling relationship he wants, whether that's in or outside the bedroom, mainly because the nice guy, quote unquote nice guy, is thinking about relationships with women in all the wrong ways. And it's almost not his fault because the modern world is teaching this, but it's upside down. Not being a nice guy doesn't mean you get to be a jerk all the time. It doesn't mean you get to be an asshole and get away with it, even though I have to admit strategically there's a place for that and it serves a purpose, but that's strategic. It's not really who you are. In fact, the more that you can smile, the more you can be positive, the more that you can be a genuinely nice guy, the better you'll do. The nice guy in the context of what we're talking about is ultimately the people pleaser. And you need to stop people pleasing. You need to stop accommodating, and you need to start leading if you want to transform your long-term relationship or become more attractive to women overall. Hi, my name is Nakula Das, and I help successful men master their sexual energy so you could become a powerhouse both in and outside the bedroom. It all starts by learning how to master your sexual energy, and that starts by going and register for the free ejaculation control guide. The link is in the description. You could check out the other links as well. Like my man Joshua Marcus Munez, he's our latest semen retention soldier. He went and contributed $5 on our Patreon account, and he gets free access to one exclusive sexual alchemy training, helping him master his sexual energy. Joshua, I salute you. Welcome to the army, and congratulations on taking, investing a few bucks in yourself. Let's dive into this training. The nice guy, I defined it as the people pleaser. It's the person who is always accommodating everyone else. And ultimately, because of that, we never even get to know them. And there's tons of resentment that gets built up in these type of relationships. The problem with being the people pleaser is that it's not genuine. You're not being authentic. By trying to please everyone and maybe avoid some conflict or some criticism, you might be thinking, oh, well, I'm doing my duty. I'm being a nice guy. But actually, you're turning people away from you, especially women. And we're going to get into a little bit of why. But ultimately, we can just say this in a very practical way. Because you are not being genuine, because you're not being authentic, that will be felt, and energy wins, meaning your energy is not something that people want to gravitate towards when you're trying to please them. Instead, you're actually repelling them. And in your sexual relationship, so if you're in a long-term marriage or long-term relationship, or overall you just want to be more attractive, and not just to women, but people overall, you have to stop people pleasing, because then you'll never create polarity, you'll never show up authentically, and there'll be no depth to you. And because there's no depth, someone can't get attracted to you, can't fall for you, because there's nothing to fall for. So here are 5 ways that you could stop people pleasing and stop being the nice guy. Number 1, value your time. Men who don't value their time are available all the time. You answer the phone right away. You text back right away. Maybe you're the one pursuing all the time. When you don't value your time in your life, what you're also saying is that you're not on mission. You're not on task. You're not on purpose. You don't have a purpose. And one of the most sexy things, one of the most attractive things, one of the things that's going to keep you in your masculine energy is having a purpose and a mission, having goals that you're working towards. When you value your time, when you have a purpose, you naturally value your time, because you recognize, man, look, I only got a certain amount of hours in the day, and I got a big goal, and I got a big mission, and I got a big purpose, so I don't have time to waste. I don't have time to mess around. And that keeps you focused, it keeps you clear, and it keeps you feeling confident, which is going to be attractive. When you don't value your time, you start hanging out with other low-value men. What's a low-value man? A guy with no ambition, a guy who's having low-value conversations. He's gossiping and he's talking about all kinds of nonsense instead of how he's going to better his life, better his situation, be a better man. He's talking about all kinds of crap. He has no goals. He's undisciplined. So therefore, he's probably out of shape. He's probably broke. He's probably got many challenges that would be corrected if he would start to live on purpose and value his time, and therefore value who he's hanging out with. You want to get rid of no ambitious, low energy, low value men. But when you don't value your time, that's what's going to happen. Now, let me just give you some harsh truth. Let me brace you for the impact here of the reality of your life. You will thank me that I reminded you of this. You are going to die. All of this will be gone one day. So stop messing around. Start valuing your time. The more you value your time, the more access to you will decrease because you'll be on task. You'll be busy doing the necessary steps and actions to accomplish your goals. So all of a sudden, your availability is going to decrease. Your attention will decrease. You're starting to laser focus in what you want. Because of this decrease in availability and increase in your own confidence and your ability to reach goals and accomplish things, the value of who you are will go up. So your accessibility goes down, but you're on task, you're on point, so your own confidence skyrockets and your value goes up. All of a sudden, people are more attractive to you, women desire you more, companies are willing to pay you more, clients will pay you more, because it is clear in your energy that you're a man who's getting things done and that you are a high value man, a powerhouse man. So number one, value your time. Number two, get rid of entitlement mentality. No one owes you anything. And you might think that consciously and you might be like, I agree with that. But you got to catch yourself in those subtle ways in which you still believe the world owes you something. Here's one way that you believe that the world owes you something. Hard work should equal results. The reality is hard work will generally get you results, but doesn't always equal the results you want. In fact, there's nothing that shows that hard work gets you the things you want. What shows gets you the things you want is aligning your thought process and taking the right action at the right time. So it's about working smarter rather than harder. But hard work is definitely going to be part of it. But sometimes the reality is you're going to work hard and you're still not going to get the result, or it's going to be harder than you thought. You're like, man, I really thought I was putting in the work, not realizing you got to put that in times 10, times 5 years, then you're going to get the results you want. Here's another way that you feel entitled that might show up in your life that I want you to watch for, is that you feel like it's the opposite of hard work, is where you feel like it should be easy. Well, it should be easy, right? I should just have to click this 1-2 things and I'll be a millionaire, an entrepreneur online, making millions, sipping margaritas all day. Because that's how it's advertised to you, but that's not the reality. Or I went to the gym for 3 months straight. Why am I not ripped? Right? Or I prayed for a year and I lived wholesomely for a year. Why am I not enlightened in the Buddha and so happy? So when you believe it should be easy, you're also living kind of entitled. Your thoughts aren't matching up with reality. The problem with entitlement is that it takes you away from reality. And the more that you allow entitlement to take over your mindset and your attitude, the less and less connected you're going to be with reality is. And therefore, you're never going to even start to take action. Here's the last thing I want to say about this piece, which is nobody cares about your problems. That's the truth. Because everybody that you meet has their own problems. Everybody has their own challenges. Everybody has their own problems. Everybody. There's not one person on the planet that doesn't have a challenge in front of them. So stop talking about your problems like you're unique. Stop talking about your problems like you're the only one. Yes, there are different various degrees of challenges, sure. You've got the life you've got. Deal with it head on. Number 3 is state what you want. The people pleaser never states what they want. The nice guy never states what he wants. And because of that, he never gets what he wants. It's simple. If you want to get things in this life, if you want to have a better, a passionate relationship with your wife, or you want to go on lots of dates, or you want to make more money, or you want to get in the best shape of your life, or you want to have a better relationship with God, you better start telling people, and you better start stating it. Because we create with our words, and our words become our thoughts become our feelings are our energy, and that's what we pour into our life. If you don't tell people what you want, you'll never get it. There's nothing interesting about you. What do you want? What do you want? What do you want? There's a time and place to ask someone else. But unless you state what you want, there's no depth to you. No one can get to know you. So therefore, there's no intrigue. There's no mystery. You have to know what you want, and you have to be brave enough to state what you want. And that means you have to get over the fear of rejection or the fear of offending someone, in the age of cancel culture and everybody's offended. Start stating what you want and start speaking with more conviction and acceptance, 100% radical acceptance of who you are. Acceptance doesn't mean you don't improve. Oh, I'm an asshole, I'll just be an asshole. Acceptance means I accept that I could be an asshole, and at the same time, I accept that I'm capable of improving myself. Radical self-acceptance. Number 4, you gotta get rid of this if you want to be more attractive, make more money, have more success as a man, which is the fear of criticism. Stop thinking about what others think about you. Who cares? Here's the reality. No matter what you do in life, you will be criticized. Accept it now. Just take it as part of life. It's criticism. Some of it is actually going to be very beneficial. Some of the best things that are going to happen to you is that you get criticized by someone who actually loves you. And so they're going to tell you some real truths that are going to help you improve. The worst thing is you're going to recognize that criticism comes from low value men, low value individuals. You see, people who are winning at life don't have time to criticize others because they're too busy winning at life. Criticism is a sign that someone is stagnant in their life. They're full of envy. They're full of joy. They're full of envy and jealousy. They have no joy. I know when I get into criticism mode, the joy gets sucked out of my life. I know that when I'm on task, on point, and focusing on what I'm creating, I feel more joy, more fulfillment, and I'm not criticizing anyone because there's no one to criticize. Because I'm not thinking about them. And guess what? Whether they're thinking about me or not makes zero difference to my life. Fear of criticism is death by 1,000 cuts. Because often the criticism is happening internally way worse than it's happening externally. And it slowly leaks the energy and vitality out of you. You must crush this fear of criticism. And how do you crush it? By taking action, doing something big, getting criticized, and recognizing, oh, it hasn't changed anything in my life. In fact, it might just make me stronger. It just might make me better. Or I'll learn who my real friends are and who is not. Number 5, probably the most important thing. In fact, I would say it's the most important thing that I'm about to share with you. So for the guys who didn't make it this far, they're losing out on the most important thing, and that's what happens when you don't finish things in life. Number 5, have the crucial conversations. What are the crucial conversations? Where do you need to set boundaries with yourself and with others? Have that conversation. Where do you need to start stating what you want or your desires? Where do you need to be honest and own up? Where are you at fault? Have the uncomfortable, crucial conversations in life. When you get good at those uncomfortable, crucial conversations, you can expand every area of your life from in to outside the bedroom to the boardroom. You can rock life totally. It doesn't mean you're not going to mess up, except you're going to mess up. It doesn't mean that you're going to be perfect. You're human. You won't be perfect. Celebrate progress over perfection. Let me recap for you quickly these 5 things. Number 1, value your time. Number 2, entitlement mentality. Get rid of it. Number 3, start stating what you want. Number 4, get rid of the fear of criticism or offending people or being judged. And number 5, start having those crucial conversations that you need to have with yourself and with others. The better you get at those conversations, the better you're going to be at life and the more successful you're going to be both in and outside the bedroom. I want to thank you so much for tuning in. Make sure that you go register for the free ejaculation control guide. Also, make sure that you hit the subscribe button, you hit the bell, get notified. That way you never miss a video, and I'm going to keep you inspired, uplifted, and growing so that you can live an awesome life. The world needs you. It needs healthy masculinity. I'll see you in the next video.